What happens at laser tag never stays at laser tag.
Laser Unfocused Tag Talk.
Laser Unfocused Tag Talk.
I feel like you could be like in Ghostbusters or something.
Oh my God, you have got some stories.
Let's talk about laser tag.
Who knew you were a laser tag legend?
Time to get laser unfocused. Tag Talk with Tivia.
Welcome to Laser Unfocused Tag Talk. Hi, I'm Tivia. During the recent Syracuse Shindig, I was live on site with the players to ask them how smaller events like this benefit the laser tag community, the pros and cons of smaller competitions versus larger tournament experiences, and why they choose to participate in events like the Shindig. The Syracuse Shindig has brought together 36 laser tag players from across 6 different states, coast to coast, for a lighter competition atmosphere and an opportunity to practice their skills before the next big tournament. So what is it about a more casual draft event of this nature that has players converging on the fun warehouse for 4 days of competition? Well, let's find out from the players themselves.
Hi, I'm Dave. Codename is Death Knight, or DK for short. Events like this are really good for introducing the game to newer players. It's less intense than a full tournament, but it still involves teamwork and rotating between different positions. So it does give people an incentive to train the newer players, to give them a little bit of an education on tips, things they could do better, rather than shifting around from game to game and they don't really learn anything. So staying with the same group of players for a couple of days and then being matched against somebody from your same tier really gives you an incentive to sort of pick up your game, and you can have the confidence that you're going to be matched against somebody who's at roughly your same skill level. Smaller competitions, I think, have a little bit more of an intimate feeling, sort of promote the camaraderie behind the game. People have a chance to talk to each other a lot more. At larger events, things get lost in the shuffle. You end up, some people are on lunch break. Some people never see each other because they're coming in and out of games. So for a small event like this, I think it does kind of just promote the overall community feeling. Well, I can't get enough laser tag, number one, and I can't play locally as much as I would like to, so coming to any events where I have a chance to see my friends and get some competitive laser tag games in is A+ in my book.
My name is John Esberg, but I'm known as Stealth Elf in the community. I think it's better just for the general community so everybody can get a basic understanding of how the game's played. I find it to be a very entertaining experience because I get to go against people from all over the country, so some people I will see constantly, but the new challenges is what's really exciting, especially with new people. I feel like the pros and cons out of it. I feel like a massive pro is just getting more hands-on and getting along with more people, so you have a stronger connection compared to a big competition. But with a big competition, you're going to have more people that are diverse and have different, special unique characteristics about them when they play. So someone could be like really aggressive, or in another way, someone could be really laid back and very silent, I guess. But it's very fun seeing many different people in both ways. I choose to be a part of events like this because I feel like it's a way for me to grow as a person in the community and grow just playing at tag in general, because I know there's always something I can do to improve myself.
Hi, my name is Caleb Batar. My codename is Slaughtermelon. Smaller events like this benefit the laser tag community so we can get newer players together and give them a chance to learn in a more controlled setting, opposed to something that's a lot more competitive. A smaller competition has quite a bit of pros, but it also has a few cons. Some pros over a larger competition is there's a lot more fun and free time and a little bit more freedom in what we're doing in between matches and stuff like that. And it's a lot more casual. A little bit of the cons are for people who really enjoy the competitive edge of things. They do have to kick it down a notch. And then of course for somebody like me who's super OCD, there's a lot less structure. The reason I choose to be part of events like this Syracuse Shindig here is for the love of the scene, the love of the community.
My name's Baden, codename is Brew. It gives people that are scared about playing in like a Nats or a West Coast tournament chance to play, learn all the positions. There's no pressure. They can just come, see what it's all about, see if they do want to go to like the next level. So yeah, I think it's great for building the newer players' confidence, get them into positions and see if this is what they really want to follow through with. Pros would be, again, the newer player base coming in, getting a feel for what the tournaments are all about. Cons are you're not going to get the full caliber of players because they just want the serious stuff. They want the trophies, they want the rewards at the end. There's more pros than cons, though. Definitely getting new, fresh blood into the tournament scene, getting more players in here. There's 2 people here that have never picked up an SM5 game or a pack before today. That's what we want. Smaller scenes are great for that. So next year will be my 30th year playing Laser Force, and if I can hand that down to people that are just picking it up and pass that wisdom and guidance onto them, because I'm all about it. As long as we can keep the scene going and growing, I'm all for it.
I'm Chris Cook. My code name is Cookie. This kind of game mode has a lot of small details that in a tournament like Armageddon, you might not get to know some of those small details. So in this, 2 of the examples that I have from actually this tournament, I've played Force a lot, but I've never actually gotten to play the role Commander. So when I was playing it during this tournament, I had a nuke, I hid in the corner, and somebody came around and started to tag me. I did not know that I could tag them back as the commander. That is a small detail you might not get in a regular briefing, but I now know when I drop my next nuke, I can tag them back and make sure I don't lose my nuke and get it canceled. So making sure that we get to know those kinds of small details, getting a little bit more in-depth knowledge, being around some experts in a more fun setting really, really helps me. I think something like that really makes it for you to get to know everybody that you're playing with as well. You have more time to talk to people from different areas. The environment's more relaxed. You're not talking as much about the strategy, so you can really just get to talk to everybody else that's at the tournament, and get to know like what they do outside of playing laser tag, and also like what roles they like to play, or just some other systems that they might be playing and how it works in their areas. Because you have that relaxed time where you just go out to eat and have some fun. I obviously really like being competitive and I want to win everything, but it's good just to remember that laser tag is about the fun. It's not always about just the super, super heavy competition, and being around the people that you can enjoy playing laser tag with, and really just supporting some of the smaller centers.
My name is Autumn and my code name is Autumn. Smaller events like this are actually really awesome because we brought from California 2 new players. They haven't ever played SM5 or any laser tag, laser force at all. And so this is helping them learn in a less competitive, less intense environment, which I really appreciate, and it lets us get some practice in for Nats next year. Smaller competitions, I feel like it builds more camaraderie. You hang out with everyone a lot more. We all go out to eat after games and stuff like that. Versus bigger events, people kind of section off, and so they both have their pros and cons, but I actually like smaller events more. I love playing laser tag, especially since they don't have a site. I go to everything I can, and I love teaching new players. I often get slotted in a teaching role, but it's really fun, and I like bringing new people to the community.
Hi, I'm Alex. My code name is I'm Straight Garbage. Just get people to come in, experience everything, see what it's like. If we have new players here who haven't played before and they're enjoying it, that's all that really matters. Pros would be larger competitions. You can have more people, have a lot more games going in, a lot more time to relax a little bit. Cons would be if there's a lot more people, there's a lot more going on, and it can get a little hectic. I love playing, always been playing, I've been doing it for about 10 years now. Always like coming in and doing it.
My name's John. My code name is Disco Monkey. The smaller events like this are really my favorite thing. When we just get together and mess around, there's no ego, so I really appreciate it. Just good people getting together for a good time. So I definitely think that there needs to be both. I do think that we need the larger competitions to push people to work together and learn teamwork, and learn how to get that maximum growth going on. I just love getting together with the people, and I love playing laser tag. There's literally not enough laser tag to play in the world. When I die, I will not have played enough laser tag, no matter how much I play.
My name is Jeremy. My code name is Disco Stew. These are good events for newer players to get an idea of how the game flows and how each position works, because oftentimes when you have new players starting, they might be restricted to certain positions. So this is a great opportunity to both see how the best in the world do this, and also to get a chance to dabble in each position, so that they can kind of get an idea of how the game flow goes. Well, the larger tournament experiences are usually the top tier, and so you're getting the best of the best. Everybody's generally pretty dialed in to what they're doing, and so it's peak competition. The smaller tournaments, you get to mix in with players that you don't typically get to play with. In the bigger tournaments, we're usually geographically restricted. So this is a good opportunity in smaller tournaments to be able to play with people from other sites that you get along with well, and but don't often get to play laser tag with. Oh gosh, I love traveling. I love meeting new people. I love everybody that I've met over the years. Most of these guys I've known for over 15 years. So it's fun to come and hang out and travel and see the country and meet different people and do something that we all like to do together.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm Lone Wolf. Smaller events like this one, I think, have a less competitive feel to them, which is important for non-system specific players like me who are coming to a Force tournament. It really gives us the opportunity to learn without the usual competitive forciveness on top of it. And it's really helpful for new players to get used to a system they might not have a chance to play otherwise. So that's why I like the smaller tournaments. So smaller overall, I feel like it tends to be a little more social, especially when you have mostly people from one area and a couple of the satellite areas coming. So, but the larger formats do give you a chance to know people who come from much further away. So, for Armageddon, we get people from Britain or something who wouldn't necessarily come to a small event like this. So they both have their advantages. Events like the Shindig are a good chance to just get away for a few days. This is sort of your whole world for the moment. So it's a nice escape from reality and a chance to meet some new and interesting people too.
I am Grace and my code name is the Kraken. I think smaller events like this benefit the laser tag community because in tournament play, a lot of it is like, we don't care about the lower teams, we're all about the finals. And we brought some new people, like it's their first time playing ever. And so they're really having the opportunity to play different positions without the high stress. And also, because we don't get to play a lot as people with no sight. And so I like traveling to smaller things so that it's like still the chill environment of a members night, like back in the day. I don't know, it's just chill and everyone's having fun and you can leave and get food and we can do a social in between if we don't have a full team or if it's half the people left. We have 36 people here, which is like sometimes a tournament size. Especially in the small tournaments, we're doing it by tier, so all the teams are pretty much even. At big tournaments, I don't like that it's just like the best team, the worst team, and all that. I choose to be part of events like this because my sister, Autumn, does a lot of the organizing, as well as my best friend, Beans, who we went to Hot Topic with. I also like events like this because I feel like I can walk around, and not have to run and not be position locked. And it's like a small event. I don't like I just keep saying, it's so much more chill. And, I actually got to be a team captain this time, which would never happen otherwise because it was randomly chosen. So that's been really exciting for me. I got to pick my team and everything.
Hi, my name is Brian, and I go by Evil Haydam. I think smaller events like this help bringing new players. I think the pros of a smaller competition allows players to play different positions to where, like in a Nats, you're kind of locked in to whatever you play. I choose to be in the Shindig because just the pure laughs and the social experience. And I'm able to play with players I don't usually get to play with.
Hello, my name is Michael and my code name is Cornwall. I think smaller events are good for the community because it's good for bonding and helping people become closer knit together, and it's the social games are definitely a lot of fun, I would say, so the small events are good for that. This is my first time playing laser tag, so I've never been to a big tournament. It's definitely cool that people are able to get exposure to it because I think laser tag is something that could really take off because there's a lot of the excitement I can see. Well, I chose to be a part of this event because a couple of friends invited me to come along with them for a week to take a step into their world and see and do something that they're passionate about and they genuinely love doing. So I thought it'd be cool to see it for myself.
Hi, my name is Zachary Wells and my code name is Zerg. I think the smaller events benefit the community because, it gives new players a chance to, come in and be involved in like a very competitive scene. It also gives them like a little bit of options to like try out new positions instead of being forced to only play like scout, which we normally do for the newer players to try to even out the teams. I think the pros would be it definitely lets newer players be like active and more involved, instead of just subbing for a team or possibly filling in. Because of the randomness, the more competitive players, sometimes it becomes harder to come back from a game because we have random positions and, we're used to having set teams and roles. So, having different positions, you have to try to get used to the flow of your team. I personally choose to be part of it because it's just like a good hobby. The community is very welcoming and great. It's very fun. We're always like enjoying talking with each other, always helping each other out. So yeah, I recommend for anybody to come and get involved.
All right, my name is Cody. Everyone usually just calls me Cody because my code name's in Japanese and I'm from Syracuse. I think they're just good for adding variety to the scene because if all you're doing every year is one big tournament at the end of the year, things that just kind of get stale. So tournaments like these are good to use as like a kind of like an instructional event or stuff to get more variety. You can play different types of stuff. Like we're doing a random draw tournament here. It's just something to shake things up a little bit. I think it just kind of depends on your viewpoint of what you're looking for. Like I think pros, like the bigger competitions are usually more competitive. So if you're a more competitive type of player, that's probably the type of thing that you're looking for. The games are usually more intense, a lot of times more competitive. It's much more serious of an event, so there's more strategizing and team building going on versus events like this where it's much more for fun. So depending on what side of that line you fall on, either one of those could be pros or cons to you. Other pros could be like smaller tournaments like this, like I mentioned in the other question, chance to give new players a chance to play, new players to get instructed, give them experience. The con with that is it tends to make the competition a little bit weaker, but at the end of the day, you're trying to build up the scene. So that's easily a sacrifice that you could take. I just like playing tag. It doesn't matter what the event is. If there's a tournament going on, whether it's serious, not serious, I just want to play. As long as I can make it, I will make sure that I am there to play. It doesn't matter to me what it is.
My name is Jace Jensen, and my code name is Chaser. Smaller events like this one in Syracuse definitely help the laser tag community by giving new players a chance to play. It's super nice to bring in new faces that we've never seen before and just really give them a chance and teach them how to play and watch them like grow and see their floor and ceiling. It's so fun to pick these new players and watch them grow just super fast. I'll start with the cons. The smaller competitions don't offer the same level of competitiveness, and at the end of the day, we, at least the ones who are really competitive, come out to get better, to win. We want to play against the best because we want to get really good at this game. And so that level of competitiveness is missing a little bit, but at the same time, that's kind of a pro because there's low stakes, low stress, you can just have fun, you can make mistakes. And ultimately, that's a great pro, is that you can make mistakes and you can just learn, which is really great and really fun. So I like the low stakes environment. Well, I have a lot of friends that really pushed me to come, and they wanted me to come to this. And for me, it was an opportunity to learn. I've never played in Syracuse before, and the Nats is going to be here next year. And I was hopeful that I could kind of train up before the Nats and get to know this arena. And so far, it's been so fun. I think it might be my favorite arena so far that I've played in.
Hey, I'm Sean Cope, and my code name is Cope With It. Smaller events like this are a great opportunity for us to practice and prepare for those larger tournaments. Plus, it's a great time to get together with friends in between those events on the calendar. So it's a really fun time. Smaller competitions give you more games, you get to play more frequently, and you cycle through different teams faster. Larger competitions are usually the more competitive ones, so those are where you're really trying to test out all the skills you learned at the smaller tournaments. It's a great chance to see friends, come play laser tag, and just have a really fun time throughout the year.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Laser Unfocused Tag Talk. Listen for more episodes on the first and third Friday of each month. Want to be a guest on an upcoming episode? Find out more and follow my blog and website at TiviaChickLovesLaserTag.com.